Elder Kethmoran's ancient voice crackled through the council chamber, his crystalline form pulsing with urgent amber light. At 3,000 years old, he had witnessed the rise and fall of 17 galactic civilizations, but his warnings fell on deaf ears. The humans must remain contained, he insisted, his harmonic voice resonating through the assembled delegates. I have seen what they are capable of. The Soul Quarantine Zone exists for good reason. Young Counselor Vexarin of the Hegemony of Worlds dismissed the Elder with a wave of his scaled hand. Respectfully, Elder, your fears are based on outdated information. Our intelligence indicates humans are barely capable of interstellar travel. Their ships are primitive, their technology centuries behind our own. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. The hegemony had expanded aggressively over the past decade, absorbing system after system with their advanced fleet. To them, humans were just another pre-warp species to be catalogued and ignored. You don't understand. Kethmoran's form flickered with distress. I was there during the Proxima incident. I saw what a single human patrol ship did to an entire Vortak battle group. They don't fight like us. They don't think like us. That's enough. Vexarin cut him off. The Council has heard these stories before. Ancient myths and exaggerations. The humans are contained in their single system, and they'll remain there until we decide what to do with them. 6 months later, the hegemony made first contact with humanity. It began as a standard expansion protocol. The hegemony's Fifth Fleet, consisting of 200 warships, positioned themselves at the edge of the Sol system and transmitted the usual ultimatum. Submit to hegemony rule or face annihilation. Admiral Sarah Chun, representing Earth's fledgling United Nations Space Command, accepted the demand for a meeting aboard the hegemony flagship Domination Eternal. Vexarin, now promoted to fleet commander, greeted her with barely concealed contempt. Human, he said, not bothering with her rank or name. Your species will serve the hegemony. You have 7 standard days to prepare your surrender. We are being generous. Most primitive species receive only 3. Admiral Chun listened politely, her weathered face betraying no emotion. When Vexarin finished his speech, she spoke quietly. Commander, I need to ask you something. In all your expansion campaigns, have you ever encountered a species that said no? Vexarin's scales rippled with amusement. Many have tried resistance. They learned better. Chun nodded thoughtfully. That explains a lot. You see, Commander, you've made a fundamental error. You assume we're like the others. She stood, her movement causing several hegemony guards to tense. We're not. Is that a threat, human? Chen's smile was cold as vacuum. No, Commander. It's a fact. The meeting ended with humanity's formal rejection of the ultimatum. Vexarin was confident his overwhelming force would crush any resistance within hours. The hegemony attack began at dawn on the 7th day. Their mighty fleet advanced on Earth, weapons charging, shields at maximum. What they encountered defied all tactical understanding. The humans didn't field a massive fleet. Instead, they deployed something the hegemony had never seen before, automated defense platforms that materialized from apparently empty space, their stealth technology generations ahead of anything in the galactic database. Each platform carried firepower equivalent to a hegemony cruiser. But the platforms weren't the real surprise. As the hegemony fleet engaged the defenses, human ships began appearing throughout the solar system, not from hyperspace but from planets, asteroids, even from within the solar corona itself. Humanity hadn't built a navy. They had turned their entire system into a fortress. The battle was over in 6 hours. Of the hegemony's 200 ships, 3 survived long enough to retreat. Vexarin was not among them. Back on the hegemony homeworld, the shell-shock survivors delivered their report to an emergency council session. Elder Kethmoran listened to the accounts of human ships emerging from planetary surfaces like mechanical wasps, of weapons that seemed to bend reality itself, of tactical coordination that spoke of a hive-mind intelligence. How? Counselor Nelvatha whispered. How did a primitive species destroy our finest fleet? Kethmoran's crystalline form pulsed with ancient sadness. Because they were never primitive. The humans allowed us to think they were contained while they prepared for war. Every year we ignored them, they grew stronger, more dangerous. He paused, his light dimming. I tried to warn you. The humans don't just fight to win battles. They fight to ensure they never have to fight again. Now they know we exist, know we're a threat. They'll come for us next. The council chamber fell silent as the truth sank in. The quarantine hadn't been keeping humanity contained. It had been protecting everyone else.